I liked Odyssey more than Sunshine and 64, but Sunshine is still my favorite 3D Mario game. Wait, what? Odyssey was a great game. I got it day one, and I had a blast with it, and I was mostly spoiler-free too. But I had a problem. Now that the hype for the game has finally died down, I've been able to realize what that problem is. So how did I figure out what this problem was? Well, it was from watching this video, Super Mario Odyssey, It's No Masterpiece. You guys should go check it out. I disagreed with pretty much everything the guy said, but it really made me think about the things I hadn't thought about before. So, I was making a comment on this video explaining why I enjoy lighting every torch in the game, when it suddenly just hit me. Wapow! The problem I had with the game just came to me. There are not enough torches in this game! Okay, so that's not obviously what my problem is. So what is the real problem? Well, let's put that aside briefly and go over some other things that I was upset were missing from the beginning. I knew these from playing the game naturally. I didn't need to think about it that much. Or you can just skip to the timestamp and get to the main problem. Problem number 1. The lack of side characters. There are barely any interesting characters in this game. Sure, there are really wacky and neat NPCs, and Pauline is back, that's cool, but as for actually new side characters, there's barely anyone. We have Glydon, he's pretty neat, but he's just a capture target with a loose personality. We got Pauline, as I said before, but she isn't new. She's a great addition though, she brought a lot to the Metro Kingdom. And then finally, we have the Shivarian Elder. He brought a lot to the game. Problem number 2, the lack of returning Mario enemies. I really liked how they added a lot of new enemies instead of relying on classic Mario ones, but boy, I sure miss those guys. Where are the bloopers, the boos, the Buzzy Beetles, the Spikes, Monty Moles, and Wiggler? There is no actual Wiggler in the game. And any other characters that I can't think of at the moment. So it feels a bit empty with mainly just new enemies and Goombas and Hammer Bros thrown in everywhere. It is cool that they brought back Unagi though. I really enjoyed... Wait, they aren't called Unagi anymore? They're Ma-Rays? Oh, okay. Problem number 3, where is Toadsworth? I was hoping that because they were bringing back Pauline, they might bring back some other characters that have been missing for a while. Like, I don't know, Toadsworth? Toadsworth has been gone for so long, it makes me sad. And aside from Toadsworth, there were a lot of other characters that you would actually expect to be in it, but weren't. Luigi wasn't in the game, at least before the Luigi's Balloon World update. Kamek is nowhere to be seen, and even Bowser Jr., Bowser's own son, was missing. It felt less like a Mario game with so many Mario characters absent, and I was hoping for characters like Donkey Kong, Wario, Waluigi to show up, but I knew that probably wasn't likely, so yeah, whatever. Okay, so now that we got all those mini problems out of the way, let's get to the big one. The biggest thing I dislike about Odyssey. In Odyssey, there are many ways to get moons. One of those ways is by doing the moons that are part of the story. So for example, the Sand Kingdom, we have 4 story moons. There's atop the highest tower, moon shards in the sand, showdown on the inverted pyramid, and the hole in the desert. These types of moons are reminiscent of the missions in Super Mario 64 and Sunshine. The main difference being that you don't select them from a list, you are just given the choice to go in the path that they want you to. The other main type of moon are the ones you find anywhere. You aren't told to go get these, you can find them from doing basically anything. They're usually referred to as filler moons by many people, as many of them are done by just accomplishing very easy tasks like ground pounding in a certain spot or talking to a certain person and stuff. The story moons are like stars or shine sprites, and the filler moons are like blue coins. Unlike a lot of people, I actually really enjoy the filler moons. As for why, I will probably talk about that another day. My main problem is that there is not enough story moons. The game has plenty of filler, but there isn't very many moons that have me doing objectives. So basically, I just want the game to be more like Sunshine. Sunshine shakes things up a lot. In Pianto Village, you start with calming down the chain chomplets, then you have to make your way through the level without flood, all while avoiding tons of deadly fiery goop. You return to the chain chomp idea, but this time it's with a single giant one, and you have to bring it to the hot springs. Then there's the Fluff Festival, which I actually didn't like because it could never get the last red coin. Episodes like the hotel mystery at Serena Beach, and all the episodes trying to figure out why the water was polluted in Noki Bay, stuff like that were a lot of fun to me. So all the worlds in Sunshine felt really alive, and that's what I want in Odyssey. Imagine after you get all the story moons in a kingdom, a bunch of more missions open up, but they have nothing to do with the wedding. Going back to the Sand Kingdom, for example, after you beat Nucleotech, 3 or 4 more objectives pop up. You can do them in any order you want, and they are all activated by talking to marked NPCs or going to specific marked locations. I'm going to give you a couple ideas of moons like these. If you don't want to hear these, you can skip to the timestamp for the conclusion. So I have one for a few different kingdoms. My first idea was in the Sand Kingdom. A new NPC appears in town. Maybe they're a bit larger than the others. He owns a bunch of chain chomps, but they all escaped, and he needs us to travel across the land and bring them all back. They would all have different things that need to be done to bring them back. So one of them is just a standard capture him and bring him back, but the others all deal with different ideas and puzzles. One is asleep and you have to find a way to wake it up. One is hungry and you need to lure it with some food. One is really hot and you have to cool him down. One NPC in town told you he saw a weird creature at the oasis, and if you can remember that, you could probably realize that it may help cool the chain chomp down. Turns out it's a Gushin, and you have to bring it back to the chomp and cool it off. The final chomp is a mini boss that would be a lot of fun to fight. After you bring back every chomp, the NPC gives you a multi-moon. I was talking about my ideas on the Mario RPG Discord a while back, and the Poochie Kid had a bunch of cool ideas. I chose to share his Lake Kingdom idea as I like it the most. A lock lady informs you of a rumor of a secret compartment of fish bones deep beneath the water plaza. If you go back down to where Captain Toad is, you'll find a new passageway with a container at the end. Grabbing a key will open the container and it will unleash fish bones all over Lake Lamode. Now you have to fix the mess you made and find and defeat them all. One of his other ideas inspired my own idea for one in the Metro Kingdom. New Donk City is having its bi-monthly swap meet, and after talking to the guy who runs the meet, it cuts to the event, where the whole city is remodeled. There are kiosks literally everywhere, all over the streets, in the parks, hanging off buildings, with temporary platforms holding them all in place. You are drawn to someone who would like a specific item, and you are tasked with finding this item and bringing it to the new Donker. You have 5 minutes before the sun sets and the swap meet comes to a close. You run on a wild goose chase, trading items left and right so you can get the one item back to the guy who asked you for it. If you get all of it in the time limit, you are awarded with a multi-moon. If you don't, you can restart and try again. But now, where the people are and the items that people want are different. I'd love to hear some of your guys' ideas, so comment them down below and maybe I'll make a video and read my favorites. So I guess it's time for a conclusion. Mario Odyssey is a phenomenal game, so much so that I like it more than any other 3D Mario game. It's filled to the brim with content, but I feel like it's missing a lot of that charm and life that the episodes from Sunshine brought. If there is ever a sequel to Odyssey, I want it to include more creative worlds with new side characters and really fun missions to do. I want to do more than fight a boss on a bunch of miniature tasks. I also want to interact with the world around me and help everybody out. Well, so there it is. My main problem with Odyssey: a lack of missions. Well, that and the fact that Toadsworth is nowhere to be seen. Where is Toadsworth? He's been gone for so long. Did he, like, get left on Pilo Island or something? I think he got left on Pilo Island. That would make a lot of sense.
Princess, Master Mario, hello? Are any of you here?